Hey, 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 good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are. So hope you have an amazing Sunday today and you are enjoying the summer. You are going to the beach, spending some time with family and friends. Hope you have an amazing Sunday today. Yeah, just checking the sounds. Yeah, sounds working well. So let's get into the today crypto news. We see that most of the altcoins are in green, and it's a really choppy weekend because yesterday the Bitcoin and crypto market just dropped, and today now we have some recovery and some nice profits on the market. So let's check our favorite fear and greed index. See how it goes. The index shows 22. It's also in extreme fear, but it's a little bit higher level that it was last week. And we see that yesterday that was 20, and the previous days during the week it visited also 10, and we spent almost the last month between 10 and 20. And let's see, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a buying opportunity. When investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for correction. So now we spent almost the last 1.5 months in extreme fear category. So that should be a nice buying opportunity according to the fear and greed index. Let's get into the news. Yeah, so if Bitcoin could reach 400,000, and when this happens and why it's not refreshing. Okay, now here it is. So Bitcoin exhibiting the most volatile movement this year, rallies to 65,000, crashes to 29,000 US dollar. So it's not a good good thing to your health, but keeping your adrenaline at high. Okay, so Bitcoin might rally. There is an analysis from Rect Capital, and they are analyzing the week accumulation. And also week of accumulation usually occurs in 4 phases. And we talked about the week of accumulation and redistribution pattern several times. And then they are just analyzing the 4-hourly scale. And that's what's happening here. So there are 4 phases, A, B, C, D. And we see that the biggest drop somehow happening in phase A. And then we several times revisiting that lows. And in the phase C, there is a chance to just get up from here, from the lowest price levels. So bouncing here with a good chance. So according to this is a 4-hourly chart, and we see that it's perfectly worked out until now. And as this is the phase C, and we are in this spring thing, that it should bounce here and going to the upper level of this range. So this is the official pattern of the accumulation, and in this pattern, whales and big buyers accumulating, they are buying the dip and they are accumulating more and more Bitcoin. Bitcoin might not rally. Why? Why not? Okay, there is another chart. It's also kind of, this was the week of distribution pattern, where the whales and big players sold their Bitcoins to retail traders that they purchased at a lower price. And this can happen to go on a continuation pattern that also can drop down from here. So this is the distribution schematic. And you see that also we have several phases, also the 4 phases. And even there is a chance that we might can be here now. And if this happens, then we can expect a major downward movement from here. So this is not decided yet. If we are on a daily chart, a week of distribution schematic in the last phase, the phase E, the 5th phase, so this is the phase E, which ends up in a sharp drop, or we are already in the accumulation phase on the 8 hourly, and now just we tested this lowest low, and then we can expect some bounce here. So this is quite interesting, which works out. If I'm seeing it from the 1-day chart, then yes, it can happen that this is just some downward continuation pattern that will happen here. So this is just about the week of pattern. And let's see that Andreessen Horowitz says crypto is the future of finance, launches 2.2 billion crypto venture fund. We know that Andreessen Horowitz is already a big investor in crypto. They invested in Coinbase and in several big crypto startups in the early stages. And then and now they are launching this 2.2 billion crypto venture fund. And this will be huge because they will investing in crypto startups and crypto companies. So Silicon Valley venture capital firm, funded by Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz, has announced to launch a 2.2 billion crypto fund. The firm is radically optimistic about crypto's potential to restore trust and enable new kinds of governance. Okay, the size of this speaks to the size of the opportunity before us. Crypto is not only the future of finance, but as with the internet in the early days, is poised to transform all aspects of our lives. So these are really important words here, because this is why we are doing everything in crypto, because this is why we are just going forward. Even there are some downward movements and then some fears happening, but these are that also we see in the future. We believe that the next wave of computing innovation will be driven by crypto. We are radically optimistic about crypto potential to restore trust and enable new kinds of governance where communities collectively make important decisions about how networks evolve, what behaviors are permitted, and how economic benefits are distributed. Okay, so congratulations, guys, to this 2.2 billion crypto fund. Hope you will have with your fund all the new crypto startups out there. This is almost the same. Andreessen Horowitz launches 2.2 billion crypto fund, and offering then double 1 billion target. Okay. Size of fund are harbinger of much larger financing rounds to come, CoinShares Chief Secretary Strategy Officer says. Okay. Yeah, so they are already invested a couple of billions in crypto, adding talent and everything's cool. The next piece of news. Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey are ready to talk Bitcoin. Oh, what a surprise. I think that should be really useful conversation, because Jack Dorsey is a really nice person and really supporting Bitcoin ever since. And I think he can influence and convince Elon Musk that doing the same and not just trolling and doing these troll things, but supporting honestly and with much effort. Okay, so they announced a Bitcoin conference called the B Word. The B Word. Elon Musk has agreed to discuss Bitcoin with Dorsey when the event takes place next month. The conference will be take place on July 21st. Yeah, so that's cool, guys. That's cool. B Word. B Word. The institutions should embrace Bitcoin. This is the title of this conference call. Yeah, cool. So I think that will be a great outcome from this. I think also Jack Dorsey will get some inspiring thoughts and insights from Elon Musk, and I think Elon Musk will be more dedicated after this talk, because I think he will get more insight that to understand why Bitcoin is so important and why supporting Bitcoin rather than Dogecoin and other meme coins make more sense if we are just looking out on a wider horizon. The next piece of news. I'm putting my billion in Bitcoin, billionaire Ricardo Salinas. So Ricardo Salinas should be maybe the second or the third biggest, richest man in Mexico. And his investment in Bitcoin has said that has 10% of his assets in Bitcoin. So he already has 10% of his assets in Bitcoin. Salinas is a staunch believer in Bitcoin, one of the high-profile advocates of the coin with the Bitcoin hashtag on his Twitter profile. He has always been an advocate for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is as solid an investment as gold. Ricardo Salinas still believes strongly in Bitcoin despite the recent price crash. Okay, he's comparing it Bitcoin to gold, saying that Bitcoin, with all its benefits, qualifies it as a modern form of gold. Okay, so good to have such a well-known billionaires in this space and investing in Bitcoin. And I don't know how many billions he possesses, but if 10% should be a lot, that's for sure. The next piece of news. There is a competition going on. El Salvador, Panama, Paraguay, Texas, Miami, Wyoming, and now New York City. Mayoral frontrunner Eric Adams says city will become center of Bitcoins. So he wants to make New York the center of Bitcoins. We are going to become the center of life science, the center of cybersecurity, the center of Bitcoins, said Adams. So this is a nice U-turn, because New York State actually is not a crypto-friendly state, and a lot of exchanges and other crypto companies cannot operate there because it's really hard to get the license to provide services there. But with this, I think we will see a nice U-turn. And then if New York wants to become this Bitcoin city, then I think the whole Wall Street will Bitcoinized. So this is just my opinion, but yeah. So I'm going to promise, quote, you in 1 year, you are going to see a different city. We are going to become the center of life science, the center of cybersecurity, the center of self-driving cars, drones, the center of Bitcoins. Okay. So, nice piece of news. Let's go New York. Let's go in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is own worst enemy and will lose to Ethereum, says Charles Hoskinson. And you should know that Charles Hoskinson is the founder and the main developer of Cardano. So he's the founder of Cardano ADA. Yes, this is a frappe, a Greek cold coffee. Bitcoin is too slow when compared to Ethereum and other proof-of-stake networks, argued Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson. Okay, the problem with Bitcoin is that it's too slow. It's like the mainframe programming of the past. The only reason it's still around is because there is so much invested in keeping it around. Bitcoin is its own worst enemy. So Bitcoin is own worst enemy, he says. It has the network effects, it has brand name, it has regulatory approval, but there is no way to change the system, even correcting obvious downsides in that system. If I had to bet between just those two systems, I would say 9 times out of 10, Ethereum is going to win the fight against Bitcoin. So this is really nice from Charles Hoskinson that he's preying up Ethereum and bashing Bitcoin, but most of the time he's just preying up ADA, Cardano, against Ethereum. So it's really funny how they are standing out for Ethereum and then just saying it about Bitcoin. But we all know that Bitcoin is acting differently. So Bitcoin is more like a digital gold, a hedge against inflation, that rich people, institutions, and other whales wanna hold. But Ethereum, Cardano, and all other protocols are complex financial systems like the new Finance 2.0 system. So you cannot compare each other. The next piece of news. Sotheby's diamond auction marks another Bitcoin milestone. Wow! So Sotheby's will auctioning 15 million can be bought at auction next month using cryptocurrencies, Sotheby's announces on Monday, and that would be a rare pear-shaped diamond that is expected to fetch up to 15 million. 101 carat per shaped the Florals diamond. So this is this diamond, 15 million USD, just a stone. Okay, so the pre-sale estimated 10 million to 15 million and will be sold on July 9 in Hong Kong, and they will accept cryptocurrency. And I just wondering if they accepting cryptocurrency, and even if they will cash out in fiat, or they will keep the crypto. So it's quite interesting to see what will happen. Okay, there will be another diamond. So I would rather just say that I wouldn't spend, if I would have that amount in Bitcoin, that I wouldn't spend it for a diamond. But if you have, let's say, a couple of hundreds of Bitcoins, then why not? Your wife will be very happy. Okay, so the next piece of news about Bitcoin adoption across nations. Paraguay University to accept Bitcoin, Ether, XRP in August. Students at the institution can pay for degrees and courses using cryptocurrencies when the fall term begins. This is the president of Paraguay, Carlitos Reyala, and this university is announcing that they will accept Bitcoin and these different cryptos for paying tuition fee and other things. Sounds good. The next piece of news. Tanzania's central bank working on adopting cryptocurrencies. Tanzania could be following El Salvador's example, as its central bank said it's working to prepare for cryptocurrency adoption. A few weeks ago, the president just ordered the central bank to work out a plan for crypto adoption, and now it seems that they are really working on it. So they are reporting, okay, yeah, so that's the main news, but I think it's also Tanzania getting some attention with this. Good to hear that. The next piece of news are main news or not, but this is also an important news. After El Salvador, Paraguay looks to make Bitcoin a legal tender. Paraguay is on track to make Bitcoin a legal tender following the announcement of the proposal of a bill to support the move. Okay, the bill will help position the country to trail the path of growth for the next generation. Carlos Reala with laser eyes. So nice to see presidents with laser eyes, guys. That's really, really amazing. Global regulators criticize El Salvador for authorizing Bitcoin as legal tender. So we know that both Monetary Fund, International Monetary Fund, IMF, and World Bank criticized, and also the ECB criticized El Salvador. But I think with this, if El Salvador will just work out all the rails and all the paths, how to adopt crypto and how to run a country economy based on Bitcoin and crypto, and utilizing, making people banked from unbanked with crypto, then I think this is the biggest evolution and financial evolution that's happening in this century. And Paraguay will be the second country to embrace Bitcoin as a legal tender. The next piece of news. This is our main news today. El Salvador to airdrop $30 in Bitcoin to every adult citizen. So it's quite interesting because the government will have a wallet that the citizens will download. Every Salvadorian adult who downloads the government's Bitcoin wallet app will be eligible for an airdrop of $30 worth of BTC. Okay, so they should yes. Salvadoran adult population as high as 6.5 million, which is actually the total population, with Yahoo Finance according to Guzman using the figure for some rough back of the envelope calculation, suggesting that $195 million worth of Bitcoin will be airdropped across the country. And this is also important because Salvador should buy up this amount of Bitcoin. And this is how CZ is congratulating that 6 million people added to the crypto ecosystem in one go. And when Nayib Bukele announcing this airdrop. And what I think that also few years ago, in 2014, MIT this airdropped also $100 to graduated graduated students, and most of the students spent all these Bitcoins to go out for a lunch, to go to party, or maybe buying some textbook or whatever. But just few of them kept that Bitcoin, and who kept, then they become really, really rich with this. And hope also we will see that most of the El Salvadorians will not spending this Bitcoin, but using somehow maybe in DeFi, taking out a stablecoin loan, or just holding it, and because it's not a big amount to spend, but it's big amount if you are starting let's say an investment, doing dollar cost averaging, and later on adding to these Bitcoin holdings, let's say every month something. And I think also there will be lots of other benefits that El Salvadorians will get in Bitcoin. El Salvador president announces Bitcoin airdrop program for citizens. Yes, a new nationwide mobile wallet Bitcoin airdrop program. Salvador will implement Bitcoin as a legal tender from September 7. And this is the wallet, Chivo, I think, yeah, Chivo wallet that they will use. Yeah, 60% of country's population has no access to banking facilities. Now they will have access because they will have access on blockchain. The Bitcoin law would come into effect from September 7th. Earlier, Salvador has contacted World Bank to help it with the technical aspect of implementing Bitcoin as a legal tender, but was denied any support. Okay. The next piece of news, also from El Salvador. Athena confirms plans to bring 1,500 Bitcoin ATMs to El Salvador. So also there will be these Bitcoin ATMs, and citizens can withdraw their $30 US, or they will able to cash out whatever they got in Bitcoin. Maybe they got some remittance money transfer from family members, and then they will cash out and they will take US dollar notes. But I'm not sure that if everybody's accepting Bitcoin, that's why they would cash out. But we'll see how it evolves. Yeah, so Nayib Bukele asked 1,500 ATMs, Bitcoin ATMs. Initially, we are going to bring dozens of machines. We will test what the business model is like in El Salvador, which will probably be different than in the United States. Okay. Great support from Athena, Bitcoin ATM firm. The next piece of news. Dogecoin developers and Elon Musk push fee reduction proposal. A proof of concept will reduce Doge transaction fees by 90% is an important improvement, says Musk. Okay. Without support from miners and node operators, however, the upgrade can't be adopted. So this is also an important thing. But if they can reduce the fees by 90%, that should be huge. That should be huge. Okay. So the next piece of news. Beeple launches Iconic Moments NFT platform with Time, Universal, and Warner. The platform will host the sale of tokens representing historic moments in sport, politics, and fashion. So they will capture all these historic moments. They will use Polygon Matic for layer 2 scaling. They give people a way to meaningfully engage with the memories and moments that matter to them, maybe even inspired them or shaped who they are in some way. We don't new exist to facilitate and make concrete these once abstract connections. Cool. So a lot of NFT related news, and I think that NFT 2.0 just starting, and we will see really growing adoption using NFTs. New Visa card allows packed users to spend